Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. It has been a wild evening for me. I was like, I'm going to do a recording session, like a functioning YouTuber, and my computer was like, no! No! To quote Kelsey from 5 Second Films, is the exact meme I'm quoting here. By the way, if you're not a 5 Second Films fan, if you like short form content, 5 Second Films is on YouTube. They've been making fantastic, super short form content for a really, really long time. I think I first discovered them on 5secondfilms.com in like the mid-aughties, almost 20 years ago. Maybe the late aughties. But it was a really, really long time ago, and they've just been putting together top-notch, shortest-form comedy for a long time. Their original movies, they're 5 seconds. This isn't sponsored, by the way. I don't. This is just something I'm talking about because I made a funny noise. Hey, Prussia won their Civil War. Excellent. But yeah, that's just something I've been thinking about again recently, and if that's your cup of tea, that's a great place to enjoy that tea. So, I'm getting a lot of bureaucracy from this middle managers thing, and I'm actually a little bit. I got 10% excess right now, so I'm gonna need a few more things because I think I might want to change up my laws again. I'm thinking about the possibility of nobody wants public health care. There's a 24% success chance. Why? Proletarian. Because the labor movement wants it, and the communist movement probably wants it too. No, the communist movement doesn't care about healthcare. Interesting. But yeah, labor movement wants it. I'm probably only gonna get one run at these with the labor movement because the labor movement's only at 26% activism right now, and that's probably gonna go down over time. So, if I want to change this up, actually, they do like proportion. They do like consumption-based taxation more than they like per capita, so that's actually one place I could go. Oh, this is going to be a real... I think this is what I need to do. So, that's going to really piss off my petite bourgeoisie. So before I do that, let's go ahead and grab Extremadura, and we'll throw some extra government admin here. And we'll do some in Badajoz as well. Maybe I'll just round most of these up to 6. Does that make sense? Ooh, Eastern Galicia only has a couple. Anywhere with 5, we're going up to 6. That's my MO. Oh, interesting. Asturias actually doesn't have a single government admin. I'm going to put 2 in there. I don't want to go too buck wild with more government admin right now because, in fact, I think this is maybe more than I can afford. How am I putting overall in, how many am I putting overall in Extremadura? 2. Which, yeah, it should be fine. Alright, so we're going to throw these ports at the bottom of the queue here. I'm going to set that off, and then we're going to kick off our movement to consumption-based taxation, and that's going to really change the shape of the national character, the national sort of political economic landscape. Let's take a look at France and Britain shooting at each other. Nassau sides with Hamburg. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. Decent number of dead on both sides in here during the Egyptian War. France does have war support protection because Britain's got a humiliate CB against them, and then on this other side they're trying to get war reparations from Britain. So we'll see how that goes. And again, because I'm relying on this extra bureaucracy from the petite bourgeoisie, I have to build some government admins before I put myself in a situation where I'm going to be running out of bureaucracy, because I'm going to lose a bunch when I change up the taxation laws. Because the petite bourgeoisie do not like those taxation laws. They like per capita taxation, they like proportional taxation. They do not like consumption-based. And they are going to be actually upset about it. So that's actually going to increase the stall chance. So can I do something to make them happy? I think the answer is I have to leverage the anti-Ottoman League. So let's go ahead and expel Ottoman diplomats. Alright, they like that a little bit. We'll damage relations, and we'll... Do I have the influence to embargo them? I don't, because relations are not bad enough. But I am damaging relations now, so hopefully that'll help things out. Break off a trade agreement, break an alliance, defensive pact, break a mutual investment rights, declare them a rival, surpass them as a rival, declare an embargo, make a diplomatic demand, launch diplomatic play, overtake them in the top 10 prestige rankings. Wait, was there one more? Through events or other reasons. Alright, so let me see. Do I have any active diplomacy with them thus far? Doesn't look like it. We're only damaging relations. But yeah, once we got their relations down to bad, we'll embargo them, and that'll also work. All right. The Anti-Ottoman League offers opportunity. Excellent. The Anti-Ottoman League has offered us an opportunity to establish a defensive pact with Russia. Their proposal, if accepted, is intended to counter Ottoman interests. It was a veiled sort of aggression, one which could, in theory, appeal to both ardent jingoists and those who preferred to mitigate losses. It would force the enemy to respond, possibly drive them towards a reckless confrontation, in response to a seemingly benign maneuver. A plan to fight the Ottoman Empire to the last Russian, one minister remarked. The representative flushed. He had practiced responses along both lines, but none of them quite fit. I'm going to say we'd be happy to pursue this. This is the sort of thing I'd be happy to pursue. In fact, oh man, they really don't like it. But we'll improve relations with Russia for now. Contentious topics. An event organized by the Japanese national movement transformed into a brawl as opponents of the movement infiltrated the crowd. When the police arrived, no participant was willing to give a consistent statement. Most of them had at least one bruise, a cut lip, or a bloody nose. His was much less honorably obtained than most of theirs. He had whacked his hip against the corner of a table while rushing from the exit, only to nearly run headlong into an approaching gendarme. Two conflicting stories rose to mind, one that he would tell to the detective, and one he would tell to his friends. Give them all a day in jail to cool off, no effects, or seek charges with the organizers. Japanese national movement gets weaker. I'm going to go with the second one. It just seems reasonable to me. I don't want to lose that treaty port. What else can I build? Home affairs investments up to 5. Institutional. Huzzah. Very good. Alright, we're at about 20% excess bureaucracy here. So let's go ahead and... Let me see. What do I need for my economy, first of all? Market prices... Oh, I need more engines. I need more motor industries. So, where are my motor industries at present? Gosh, they're all over the place. Stupid AI building motor industries. Ones in Asturias seem very profitable. Ones in Navarra especially so. So we'll go ahead and build those up. And that should be sufficient. Again, all of these are profitable, but I don't want to necessarily put myself in a situation where I'm overrunning my capacity. I'm going to increase motor output by about 50%. So that should bring us just to around 1,100. I also need to produce more ironclads, interestingly. So let's take a quick look at our military shipyards. Interesting. That's weird. We can't produce more ironclads, but these shipyards are mostly not fully employed. So, ones producing ironclads are more profitable. Let's grab the ones in Valencia and flip them over to steel hulls. And then they should start producing the ironclads that we need. Obviously that makes man-o-wars more expensive, but no one should be using mana wars. Oh, wait. I do have places using mana wars. Oh, heck. Hold on. That was a mistake. Well, we'll leave the ones in Valencia for now. Goodness, do I not have... I don't have the freaking monitors tech yet. That's what's going on. Let me see. I'm clearing out the rest of Tier 3. I'm going to grab monitor after this. And then I'll continue to work on production. So let me see. I was doing electricity. Vacuum canning's already spreading. That's pretty good. We'll grab reinforced concrete and then shift work. And then vulcanization. And that should be fine. We are getting a certain amount of tech spread from unspent innovation, which is increasing this number in a way that I'm very pleased with. What's spreading in military? Electric telegram. Freaking electric telegram. And what about society? What do we have spreading in society? Corporatism. Alright, well that's fine. Socialist demagogue. Jose Mendiola of the rural folk, a communist, is rapidly gaining popularity among the people. The radical socialist message of equality he espouses is proving especially appealing to the lower classes. Comrades, the time for action is now. Why should we toil and squalor while the boss grows rich and fat off our labor? Why should the meager pennies we earn go to the greedy landlord who tells us we should be grateful for our miserable shacks? Inspirational, he gets some extra popularity. Alright, so we're currently building up our motor industries. That should be fine. Again, it's continuing to cost the government money, but as long as GDP continues to increase, that shouldn't be a problem. Alright, Lahedge, I don't want to invest in you. Alright. What is this? What is this? How did our government... Gosh darn it, I don't want to be in an unacceptable government. Urgh. Awkward. Still, let's go ahead and make this change, because there's never going to be a better time than now. Alright, armed forces mad. Petite bourgeoisie mad, industrialists mad. Stall chance is 24%, but success chance is 30%. Advanced chance is 36%, so we're taking the plunge now. We're really going there. I know we have an unacceptable government, but I can't really do anything about that. We got pops living below minimum standard of living. That's not ideal. How can I increase the standard of living? That's an important question. I mean, I could institute labor laws, but I don't want to spend the bureaucracy. Okay, so I still have some excess bureaucracy. Are Petite bourgeoisie not powerful? No, they are. Interesting. Armed forces are, of course, very salty about this, but that veritably is what it is. I could use some more paper mills and some more furniture manufactories, but I could also... Oh boy, what is going on here? Oh my. Britain is... Hey, rotary valve engine, excellent. Britain is trying to steal Tunisia and turn Morocco into a protectorate. They wish to humiliate Austria. On the other hand, Austria would like a regime change in Sierra Leone and to make Britain pay war reparations. How did the war between the French and British go? Did that just finish out? Looks like perhaps it did. Tunis does not want my help, necessarily. I could support them unilaterally, but I don't necessarily wish to. Could I get anything useful from Britain for helping? No. So that is what it is. I lost diplomatic ties with Canada. Well, that's a shame. I'll never get over this ridiculous border here, where USA has Durango, and Mexico still has most of its historical territory. Unbelievable. Referral, drafting, voting. Are these different? I feel like referral wasn't what the first step used to be called for democracy, but I could be wrong. Maybe if I just tried to steal Guyana, would that be realistic? No, I don't. Well, they're not going to accept it anyway if I offer, so No reason to. Let's do a quick pass through here. I'm going to manage some trade routes because I should have trade routes. Let's sort by goods just to make sure we're profitable here. Export routes of clippers are not needed at present. Or import routes. This export route of dyes is not profitable. This export route of fabric is not profitable. This export route of furniture is not profitable. Groceries. I'm gonna cut this one. These ones probably will stay at least a little bit profitable. Liquor route I can leave behind. Alright, very good. Ooh, this export route of man of wars is extremely unprofitable. Meat export route. This one I can cut. I don't know why I have an import route of meat. Let's see. This silk export route to Britain and this one to Russia I can dispense with. This gun import route I can for sure live without. Wow, Britain's export routes have been totally unproductive. I wonder why. Alright, we'll leave that for now. Some of these should, you know, if they're close to zero, you leave them be. Or that's what I do. Can I get more food in the market? Oh my goodness. What is going on here? Ah, a reactionary revolt in the United Baltic Provinces. Very good. We will go ahead and rename this army the First Iberian Expeditionary Force. Oh, I don't have the Iberian Expeditionary Force. So what do I want to call this? I think I want to call this 5th Iberian Army the Territorial Army. Hey, we got a success. I'm going to send them to deal with this. I think that'll be completely sufficient. This is not going to be a large war. Actually, though, I'll mobilize the Coastal Defense Force as well to deal with it. Again, they don't have a huge army, but I just want to be safe here. I don't want to necessarily risk it with this. Relations with the Ottoman Empire are going down. That's very good. Shortage of man-of-wars in the market, but can the shipyards that are producing them hire more to cover the difference? It doesn't seem like it. Oh, because only Eastern Andalusia is produced. Why did I think there were other shipyards? There's them as well. Alright, so we'll grab the one in Guyana and swap them over to that, and that should be fine. That should deal with this problem. At least to an extent. Ooh, I have synthetics plants. That's fun. Oh, but they're not producing anything. Cool. Neat. Great. Investment pool is actually pretty short, so I do need to continue building to keep the economy productive. Let's go ahead and increase... How are my corporations? My corporations are good. Let's go ahead and increase the size of the glass production sector. And we'll build them up where they're profitable, because that's the only way you can do it. I can't scroll down that entire way. Alright, so we got profitable. We're actually profitable in most areas. Visayas is in the Philippines. Yeah, we can improve that. Well, that's not going to produce much, but it's still good. Let's put a couple in Extremadura, a couple in Galicia, and a couple levels in Toledo and Navarra, and that'll be just fine. Do I put some in Catalonia? I think yes. Tooling is going alright. Coffee is doing just fine. We're selling a lot of that abroad. We could produce a little bit more sulfur. Let me check the major European markets and see kind of how they're looking. Let me see. French market needs a lot of engines, steel, and tools. I can definitely export those. Well, potentially. Let's take a look at our trade policy. Steel. Would it be profitable to export? Yes. Ooh, it would be profitable to export steel to Austria as well. And then what about tools? Wow, a lot of places would be willing to buy our tools. That's nice. Now, Austria, you're a good trading partner. I think we have a trade agreement. Yes, we do. So what does your market look like? You want explosives, fertilizer, paper, and munitions. Ooh, you need grain. Gosh. Well, I can for sure export grain to Austria. I'm already doing it. Explosives, profitable. Munitions, profitable. Engines, profitable. Fertilizer, profitable. Russia likes fertilizer as well. I think that was it. Let me see. Paper. They like paper. They like paper and they like steel. Paper. And steel. Already exporting steel. Ooh, Peru, Bolivia will buy our steel as well. That's exciting. So from here, I think I can become a larger... I think becoming a larger steel producer is reasonable. I don't want to expand the industry, though, because I'm coming up on a new tech. In fact, let's grab open hearth process once we've got electrification, and that will be useful. And after that, we'll queue in these other ones. If I really want to get the most out of my large... out of my empire, I should really build up a, I think it would be smart to build up a power block. Force comparison here looks good. It's not as good as it could be, but their organization is Garbo, so... Ooh, actually, that's not very good at all. Alright. That force comparison is real bad. I didn't realize how bad it was. Let's bring the main army in. So we'll set these armies to defense for now. Our allies are still going to... Ooh. Interesting. I'm not going to do that. Our allies are still going to be trying to push forward, but we shouldn't lose too many battles here. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize the reactionary revolt was the entire rest of the country. I thought this was them, and we were just trying to defeat this tiny area. I didn't realize that was the entire country. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, you know, you win a few, you lose a few. Sometimes a dumb happens. Wow, the territorial army really took a beating. Alright, one more week until the main force gets here. Beautiful. Alright, so put the territorial army back on advance. Put the coastal defense force back in advance. Coastal defense force needs another leader. Let's grab a intelligentsia guy. He seems good. We'll give him some promotions just to increase the strength of the intelligentsia. I'm feeling a little consistently behind on tech, so maybe once we form my power block, I'll focus on getting ahead with technology. Netherlands sides with Oyo against France. Ooh, and we're in voting for consumption-based taxation. The Egyptian Republic sides with France against Oyo. Or Egypt sides with the French Republic. Okay, what's this war about? What are you trying to do? You're trying to get a protectorate over Oyo. Netherlands is going against. France, what would you give me if you give me a state, potentially? Ooh, a bunch of states in North Africa. French Inner Morocco, that doesn't do anything for me. See, I need one of these. Or this one in order to benefit. Would it be useful for me to get Western Sahara? I don't think so. What I'd like is Guyana. What about a war goal? I do ban slavery, but that doesn't necessarily get me anything. Treaty port in... oh, but only in Yoruba. War reparations. Get Dutch war reparations. That'd be kind of nice. Doesn't seem worth it at this time. Kind of seems like easy money, but like, I'm already in a war, number one, and number two, like, I don't want to... Well, I could fight two wars at once. I could also ignore this other war and for a little bit. Doesn't seem like anyone else is going to join. USA seems very... okay. USA and Britain have both bailed out. I don't think there's anyone else who would potentially actually help. So you know what? We'll do our... we'll do it for Dutch war reparations. Beautiful. Just go ahead and mobilize my other two armies. I'm going to pull the territorial army back to Spain. We'll do the same with the coastal defense force. I can't because they're in a battle, but they won't be in a battle for too much longer. Alright. Exile from Portugal, that's fine. Portugal isn't a real country. Mining accidents. A mine in Valencia has collapsed, trapping miners within the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made the story a tragedy across Valencia and the nation. They dug me out, but left my friend behind. That was all the foreman was able to get out of the wretched boy. Sooty rags clung to him like wispy strands of a torn funeral jacket. Whether he held back his tears for fear of a beating or to keep strong, the foreman did not know. He was spent for the day. The foreman hoped the manager had a mind for mercy. This is a small price to pay for the merchant industry. Lower stratum pops radical, but industrialists stronger. This outrageous abuse of the common man cannot continue. Upper stratum pops radical, trade unions stronger. Or these mines are a blight on men and countryside alike. Middle stratum pops radical, rural folk stronger. Gonna go with the last one. It just makes sense. I want my rural folk to be strong, so I'm making my rural folk stronger. Russia, my friends, you want a trade agreement? What about for an obligation? Oh, an obligation is worthless on this. Alright, cool, neat. Yes, my favorite thing. Oh, you'll backs down. Well, that's a shame. I really wanted those Dutch war reparations, but, you know, I suppose I can drain the Dutch economy some other day. Oh, interesting. Egypt wound up in control of this stuff. I thought they were independent, but I guess not. Oh, interesting. And the Ottoman Empire appears to have lost their alliance with Great Britain. Very interesting. Excellent. And Austria does have war sport protection here. So I do have an opportunity to go after the Ottoman Empire. Now, can I win a war against the Ottoman Empire while my, Can I win a war against the Ottoman Empire while I have consumption-based taxation? We'll find out. Because I think now's the time. If I do a protectorate demand, I can get them to, it'll be just below 50 infamy, and I should be able to deal with that. United Baltic Provinces is very low in liberty desire, so I could turn them into a puppet. Albania is really getting there as well. So I think once this war is finished, I'll I'll puppet the United Baltic Provinces. That'll make it easier. Hey! So there's consumption-based taxation. So, we need to rework the tax regime, obviously. Budget. I've got a ton of authority to play with, so what do I tax? Let's go with fish. Clothes. Wow, not a lot of other great options. Transportation seems sensible. Glass. Ooh, I've run myself out of... Okay, maybe not... Not tea, certainly. Liquor's reasonably ratioed. Furniture's a pretty high ratio. So we'll hit that. Beautiful. And that puts us at... We're actually a lot lower on authority than I thought we were going to be. And obviously cash flow is a real problem. But that's okay. This is going to bring standard of living way up, I'm hoping. So let's just take a quick look and make sure our ratios are in order. Yep, nothing's standing out as a giant mistake. Alright, I'm feeling pretty confident with that. I could get... Grain is not a good ratio at this time. There's too much... I need to give up too much in order to grab that, and it wouldn't be worth it. Military wages are just fine. Cash flow is good, although we're not building anything right now. Certainly can't increase the wages of government employees. Alright, does consumption-based taxation provide me with anything else useful? Not really. I guess reduce bureaucracy population cost multiplier. So, speaking of which, let's, I see, so that's provided me with a buffer of bureaucracy. Once the petite bourgeoisie are happy again, I'll have more of that. So it's time to reduce the size of the government. That's going to be the primary path we're going to take to staying a reasonably functioning country. So we'll cut a few levels of government in Toledo. A couple in Valencia. A couple in Extremadura. A couple in Badajoz, and a couple in Aragon. And that is going to put our cash flow at a much more reasonable number. We're still paying quite a bit in interest. But now that we've demobilized our forces, things are looking a little better. Let's go ahead and reduce the autonomy of our United Baltic Provinces. We will reduce subject payments, as we've always been doing. The diplomatic pacts line items, like reducing subject payments, reduces subject payments by like 25%. It's very, very low. So like Philippines, we're there we go. Here's electric telegram, that's nice. So going back to this diplomatic pacts line item, I'm losing out on 1, 2, 5, about 17, 18, 19K per week. By reducing subject payments, and my total is still 37K. So I'm really comfortable with the way these numbers line up. I'm very comfortable with that. I'll also have a slight increase in income once Albania can be made into a puppet state. We've got another war popping off. This one between Britain and Russia. Sure you don't want that defensive pact? Oh, I don't have the influence to maintain it, but they still wouldn't want it, so, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so let's take a quick look at our economy and see what we can build. I feel like I still need to increase the size of the engine, the motor industry, so let's go ahead and continue to build those. A lot of these are having a little bit of a hard time hiring, but that's mostly due to low population. We'll build up Toledo and Eastern Andalusia. And that'll compensate a little bit for the fact that I cut all those industries there. Increase the speed. I also have reached the point where I have depleted my investment pool. So we're going to see if our economy continues to function with very low cash flows for the government. But on the other hand, look at this standard of living. That is a huge standard of living spike. And hopefully that is going to bring in, those low taxes are going to bring in a lot of immigration. Foreign investment rights. No, thank you. Actually, I don't necessarily want to bring in a lot of immigration, though, because I'm doing more of a sort of nationalist project here, so I don't know. Hopefully, these low taxes will increase the population growth. Yeah, there you go. I have definitely, absolutely sliced the radical population way, way down. And that'll hopefully let me do whatever I wish. Can I cut any institutions? I think I hardly have any turmoil in my core states. I might be able to cut policing. And I think that's what I'm going to do, because radicals from political movements seem very, very low right now. And that might give me enough bureaucracy to play with where I could increase education, but I don't necessarily... I don't know. I'm agnostic about whether banning child labor is the right call for this build at present. So, you know, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about the options. Have I made my businesses any more profitable? Looks like at least a little bit. Take a quick look at our trade routes once again. Okay, well, it's going down, so... Shortage of man-o-wars. I can't really fix that right now. My best bet's going to be to research monitor and stop needing to use them, which I have almost done. Oh my goodness, I'm way over time. All right, we're going to get to the end of... We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it here. I've done a lot of good work. We've finally gotten to consumption-based taxation, and it has led to a predictable spike in standard of living. I'm gonna hope that keeps going up, because these numbers are looking really, really good. This pie right here, that's a delicious pie. I love that pie. And we successfully put down a rebellion in the United Baltic Provinces, and we're looking to potentially go to war in the Ottoman Empire, and we'll see how that goes. For now, though, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.